He needs some money. 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 Hey, huh?
I was so excited last night I could barely sleep, so I had to sleep in a little longer so I'd be fresh for this drive. It's a lovely rainy day in California. I have to keep my eyes on the road so I'm not looking directly at the camera. It's NAMM Day 1. I'm missing most of the exhibits for Thursday, but I'm going to get to some things tonight when I get my badge. Right now we're just going to get gas in the car, and then we are going to hit the road. We've got a 4.5-hour drive ahead of us. We've driven this many, many times, so we should be fine. So I'll be back for more. Say hi everybody in the back. We're packed like sardines in here. Say hi everyone. Married everyone participate. Okay, so right now we are the landscape. Okay, so here's vlog day 1. Right now the girls are unloading the car. My family rode up with me just for the drive and the support. They're gonna hang out while my sister and I are at the let me get out of at the conference. So this is day 1 of vlogging. Say hi, Nathan. Say hello. Don't do anything silly. Hello. There we go. Say hi, me. Jamila's never in vlogs because she's the one filming. So I'm just doing a quick filming. Oh, you can see my I'm a former Amazonian, so yeah, now my music is on Amazon. I'm so happy about that. I enjoyed my time with Amazon though. That was really good. It really challenged me. You know, we're like athletes when we were working in there, and it really helped me tap back into that athletic part of myself because I feel like I got really stagnant when I stopped dancing. I did dancing for 10 years for DC Dance Center in San Leandro, and so I was always doing competitions and always doing physical things. And then when I stopped, I just stopped doing all of that. So I'm really grateful for that experience at Amazon. Right now, the girls are unloading the car. We were packing here like sardines. My mom made like so much food for us, and just different things for us to snack on in the road, and food we can eat, you know, here. And then of course we'll go out and get some things as well. It's pouring rain. I'm gonna show you guys later. You probably can't even see the rain from my phone, but later I'll show you what the drive was like. It took us normal drive time, but because it was such a big storm, we had to really be careful with that drive. So I'm glad I did just get the extra rest I needed before I made that drive, because we're in the middle of a storm. Dust was billowing everywhere. Tumbleweeds were coming across. I had my mom film a little bit, so I'll definitely show that. Okay, I'm going to cut to something else because right now we're getting out of the car. All right. Lovely, lovely. Look at this option. I don't know what y'all can see. This is cool. All right.
We got a good room, y'all. I am really. You just gonna expose our meal, dude? Yes, mother. Yes. Here's our room. Your priorities. Priorities.
What is that thing in your hand?
It's called a GoPro. You okay? I just want to look at this lovely, lovely view. I am beyond. I'm going to get some amazing shots. Don't you do it, young man. Let's go. Only my child. Come on, come on. Hey, I need to lock this out, dude.
Man, where's that?
Who locked this out?
Say hi, Jade.
My vlog.
Go to Jade's World. Jade's World.
This room is like the perfect viewing. Okay, so here's the hotel room tour. We've got this room here. Kind of nice, kind of nice. You can see me. I was in my travel mode. Can you see my shirt? I don't know if you can see it. Born and raised in Oakland. Old school coat. Check them out. Check them out. Look at that. Look at that. Amazing.
Can you move? Chanel.
Amazing.
What is she?
Girl.
Amazing.
Look at, I can see us on the screen. This is like,
Why is it so tiny?
it's a GoPro.
Disgusting.
So this is gonna, so what are you excited?
I'm just excited to do my wig and stuff in this. No, I'm showing her you can dim it. What you do? What do you
My
do?
songs are on the ear to me. It's
What do you do?
on
What do you do?
everything right now. And then I also just
Your son just pulls down his pants and touches their bottom with my.
I don't know. Does anybody have little boys that
Chanel,
do
this is
stuff
supposed
like
to be
that?
clear, okay? This is supposed to be clear. I gotta do my wig.
Mary is going to start doing more tutorials of wig making, makeup, so I'll definitely let you know what her channel is if you decide to do that. This is our new vlog. I'm so excited! Say hi, Jamila.
I still need to email my teacher and tell him that.
Let me see our view. Hi, Nathan. How does that view look on that side?
It's got a balcony, but it looks so unstable.
Yeah, I wouldn't go out there.
It's like bare, like, it's not a solid thing. You can barely see it because it's dark, but...
I'm going to film 7-Eleven style.
Yeah, if you curse, you're going to have to bleep it out.
Nathaniel, get down. Get down.
You know, she should just bleep.
This is like the perfect room to film. Look at all this lighting. Look at this lighting.
That's for reading a book now.
But I can turn this into stage lighting. Like, this is amazing.
Do you have any cash? Can we get a snack? Oh, yeah, can we get a snack? Mom! But apparently,
How do I turn into Nathaniel? I'm the songwriter and the writer and like...
You need to stop it, Nathaniel. Are we going to get snacks, though? Or can we get plates somewhere?
I'm going to give the cash, but y'all cash at me, too. So I can replenish that. I'll put it in my description.
You going downstairs. Can I get Skittles?
I'll give y'all one twomp. See, I said that on purpose because I knew they wouldn't know what that means. So y'all from the Bay Area know what a twomp is. So hi, Mom, you're on camera.
Okay, but let's just do
I got one.
Piece of artwork right here.
Hey, we going together.
We're going down together. Chanel's supposed to be giving us money for snacks.
I'm trying to sing. Hey, in the spirit of Michael Jackson.
We are.
It's too bad.
We are.
Told me that you're doing wrong. It is on. It goes black.
Oh, okay.
To save power. See, look.
Oh, okay.
Let me sing the song. Blood, I shot me all alone. I never know the words, but I know the melody. Creeping up in hot pants.
Right. You're taking our energy. Right. You're taking our energy.
My millennial sisters always love me. You can't even see it. Okay, calm down. Alright, I'll be back for more.
You know how I like my ass with a little bit of garlic seasoning on it. I should have bought the culture shot would be nice.
Apple bacon?
That's disgusting. I'm disgusting.
Is it good?
Stop being disgusting.
Okay, so we are eating breakfast and then we are going to head out and go on over to the concert.
Let's go!
Okay, in line to check in, getting my badge, getting Jamila's badge, like her shirt. Old School Coat makes those shirts. Okay, so excited. We're here at NAMM. Amazing? No. Okay. Well, yeah, we're getting our badges.
Stage. Here we go. NAMM show.
It's hella pizza.
My tea is hitting just right. Don't pull my clothes. My son's over here pulling my clothes. Damn day 3.
There's such a thing as losing your place in the moves. Just changing gears. As you can tell, we love everybody. That's what this tour is all about. We're all backwards in MSU, which stands for making stuff up.
Oh, we got a signal. Hi everyone, I just saw the tail end of Bobby McFerrin. Last 15 minutes of the show was amazing. At the end, like we sang in a circle and the whole audience got into it and it was such a spiritual moment. Like it was just so beautiful. He was like, get up and dance. Everybody was dancing and moving and oh my goodness. So I'm having the best time here. NAMM day 3 is the second day. And I'm just really, really excited. Once again, thank you everyone who donated to this GoFundMe for my travel accommodations. I am just so many people showed me so much love and just poured out. And I just want to say thank you for doing that because that allowed me to come to this beautiful event. I'm learning so much. I'm meeting people. I'm seeing people I haven't seen in years from music school and everything else. So thank you guys so much. I'm going to look through this booklet right now and go to one of the conference classes. But I just want to check in and say hello. All right. Bye, everyone.
So without further ado, no one's here to see me, and I'm perfectly okay with that. It is my absolute honor to introduce to the stage right now, Mr. Jimmy Jam. Give it up.
I like what he wrote. That was good, wasn't it?
Yay! My second time seeing Jimmy Jam. Oh my God. So cool.
All right, so before I sit down, first of all, welcome everybody.
Thank
and you guys that don't recognize me, let me do a quick little change before I bring Quincy out here. Hold on. And I'm sorry, I'm in NAMM. It's the Jam and Lewis, the new little technology thing we're doing, but let me get rid of that. Let me do that. All right. But that ain't done. I'm not done yet. Because this is cute today, so we gotta come fully correct for this. So everybody, welcome. It's an honor to be here today. And it's an honor to be any place that this gentleman I'm going to introduce is. I always say I want to be like him when I grow up, but I realize I'd probably have to live like 10 lifetimes to do that. So, but I'm going to try. I'm going to give him a shot. Anyway, it's almost like he doesn't need an introduction, so I'd rather just get him out here and talk to him. But you know who I'm talking about. There's no one like him. There will never be another like him. We're all inspired by him. And without any further ado, please give it up for my friend, I'm happy to call him that, Mr. Quincy Jones. Quincy, oh, keep that going. Keep that going. Wondering if this did that for you. What it did was learning to play other people's music. Like people talk about cover bands and they go, "Oh, I want to be in a cover band." But what being in a cover band did for me and Terry, it taught us what hits sounded like, right? Because we could listen and we'd go, "Man, that's a hit record," and we'd learn to play it, and then it informed us how we made music.
You had to know all the hits.
Yeah.
Back then, right, there was one song, because Ray Charles taught that song to me.
Yeah.
I was 14, he was 17.
Yeah.
He taught me how to read music in Braille. Wow. Because he just left Florida. He had sight until he was like 7 years old, you know. And he had chicken pox. He scratched it, went to a white hospital. He wouldn't take him. When he got to the black hospital, he was blind. Wow. And then later on, when he was in this blind home, he told the guitar player when he got $600, he wanted to get him as far away from Florida as he could. Wow. You can't get him further from Florida than Seattle.
Right.
You can't.
Yeah, that's far away.
Yeah.
Seattle's far away.
And I spent his whole life with him.
Right.
Yeah, right. He's an unbelievable human being. Chess player.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So when you talk about Seattle, and that's the early days for you growing up, but the people that you grew up with are people that have become well-known names, certainly in the jazz community, but certainly in the music community at large. Well, talk a little bit about that community back then and the people who you grew up with and your mentors and the people that were in that atmosphere early on.
Well, one of the first ones I met at the Palomar Theater, because I stayed there because that was the only way. We in the information age now though.
Yeah.
With nothing information back then.
Yeah.
With Radio Man, with Amos and Andy. You know?
Yeah.
I was the boss, all that kind of shit. And I came through all that. You know? That's how we lived, and I lost my mother at 7. So, you know, we were street rats, man, in the 30s in Chicago during the Depression, man. So, you know, please.
Can I ask you a question? Because you look at this.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
Because that is a university.
You
see
just,
dead bodies every day, Tommy guns and stogies and piles of money in back rooms.
Yeah.
My daddy worked with a gang, you know. He built their homes. He was a carpenter. He built the gang, the Jones Boys. We're doing a movie on them. Because I need the kids to see how it was back then. Crossing a vacant lot with weeds in it. And we had 30 composers all do a different score to it. Sinister, romantic, comedic, you know, everything.
Yeah.
And every one of them works.
Right.
Music can make you feel whatever they want to feel.
it's amazing.
You see in Cold Blood?
Yes, absolutely.
We had Ray Brown and Andy Simpkins playing the Killers, bass and that low cellos.
Yeah.
We had to send an engineer in to take all of the speakers down to 44 cycles because they cut off after 100 after they go optical, you know.
Right.
And we had to send the 65 theaters and put it down to 44 cycles. Oh,
Right.
Because the guitar started in 1939, but sax from Belgium, it was 1860, I think, he created the saxophone.
Right.
The only classical person who used it was Ravel, Bolero. He had a soprano sax, so he created all the saxophones. He had no idea that decades later, or years later, he's going to run into Chu Berry and Coleman Hawkins and Coltrane and Charlie Parker and Cannonball.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Amazing history, man. Amazing history.
It's interesting too because when you put the technology in the hands of creative people, it changes what it is. And they use it in ways that the people that invented it don't even intend it to be used. And that's the magic of it to me. In creative hands, it's an amazing thing. I love the idea of technology and art coming together. I think for a long time there was this sense where the technology was
Except the thing, what's the thing with the tone, that there was nothing to do with the voices. What's that one?
Auto-tune. Auto-tune. No, with it.
Sing it! Sing it! Give me Layla Hathaway.
So, I'm looking at the audience here. It's such a diverse audience. And that's so cool because to me it's what music brings together. Hey girl.
My daughter over there, Tina.
How are you? Good to see you. Love you. We have such a diverse audience here, and just your thought, it's young, old, it's black, white, it's all nationalities. That's what music does. That's the beauty of what music does. How does it feel to be a part of advancing that? And when you say Quincy Jones and you realize that this is the audience that comes out, and it's across from different countries, from different lands, from everywhere. How does that make you feel?
You know what's amazing? I've been traveling the road for 70 years. I speak 26 languages. I write 7 of them, Arabic and Mandarin. And man, it is an amazing feeling. And I stopped alcohol 3 years ago. So I'm clear now. I feel 35 years old. I'm ready to roll.
back in my hometown. It's a really, it was an okay drive. It wasn't bad at all. Very reflective of the whole ride up. Gonna go inside and get into bed, but I just want to go live real quick and tell everyone thank you so much for those who donated to my GoFundMe to assist me in getting to NAMM. I am just so grateful. I'm humbled. The experience was amazing. Today I had a day full of just great workshops. Just got back from NAMM. I'm back in my hometown. It was an okay drive. It wasn't bad at all. Very reflective of the whole ride up. Gonna go inside and get into bed, but I just want to go live real quick and tell everyone thank you so much for those who donated to my GoFundMe to assist me in getting to NAMM. I am just so grateful. I'm humbled. The experience was amazing. Today I had a day full of just great workshops about songwriting, music licensing, and even about your craft and writing certain types of songs. And one of the things that someone said was, he said the industry has changed. And so we have to definitely be innovative in how we create. And so I was really grateful for every day that I had at NAMM and all the classes I did take. Today I was so grateful. I was like, when I was going over the list of what I wanted to do, I was like, let me just look through this. And I'm so glad I realized that all the classes that I really, really wanted to see were today. And I got to just meet so many amazing people. Great shows. I got to see Tower Power last night. On the floor, there were so many just great artists, great people. Robert Glasper was there. I didn't get a chance to see him because we went over to where the booth was, the Cork booth, and it was a small line, so my sister and myself took some lunch and come back. And we got back, the line was like wrapped around, so we didn't get to see him, but it's okay. NAMM, the best thing that I can describe as far as my first NAMM experience is this. Christopher was right. He said that you're going to get there and you're going to feel a little overwhelmed because it's going to be a lot of information. Just do the best you can. He said when you walk in, you're going to kind of, and I kept trying to imagine in my head what that was going to be like based on conferences I have been to before. And he was right. When we walked in there, we were just like, oh my God. At one point I was like, it's pandemonium. But it was awesome. It was awesome being around so many creative people. I enjoyed just people watching it sometimes as I was, walking and going through different booths and seeing so many different musicians, artists, music retailers, music buyers, just everyone involved in this creative industry. Just seeing that, looking at people and the way they were dressed, I thought that was so cool, just seeing the creativity. It kind of reminded me of back when I used to go to San Francisco State and how you could just see people freely expressing themselves. And then when I got into corporate world, I had to change a lot of who I was to fit the corporate mold. And sometimes that's hard for a creative person because you kind of want to express. So it was just so beautiful to be around that. This was 4 days of just being submerged in your industry. And so I'm definitely changed. Even when I finished the lecture today, I was like, I'm going home changed. And I don't know exactly all what that looks like, but I feel changed. Like, I just feel it. So I just wanted to come on here real quick and say something. I want to say hi. I want to say thank you. I'm going to go get into bed now.